I'm more critical of sims than a lot of drivers. I use some sims throughout my pro career, and I'm really intrigued at the opportunity here because one of the biggest problems in our sport is it's really freaking hard to get reps. I want to make sure that it passes my personal test, so that we can do that. So super excited to fly out there, put it to the test, and have some fun with you guys.
As I drive this sim, one of the things that's really clear to me is that this is a driver training tool. Not all simulators are made equal, just like not all cars are made equal here, right? And they'll come to your place, they'll set it up, they'll tune it, and it plugs into one wall outlet. One of the things that makes the Spark Virtual Racing Sim so unique is the thousands of hours that they put in really trying to train the physics of the software and how this works to match the hardware. The simulator, when the physics aren't perfect, rewards different driving styles and techniques that don't have a one-to-one ratio to real life, that actually can hurt you in real life. Here, the physics, if I go to throttle too early, the car is gonna slide and understeer. If I go to throttle too aggressively, it's gonna fight me. It's gonna do what it's gonna do in real life because of those physics. A lot of us struggle because we don't get enough reps. We don't get the experiment, like, if I do this, what happens next? And that's such an important part of our sport, to be able to experiment in the right environment. And this provides the right environment to experiment, to try different things as a driver, so that when I show up to the racetrack, I can remember, hey, I tried this thing, or I did this, and the car worked in this way and reacted in this way. And I know generally this is what's gonna happen now in real life. If I'm gonna come in and brake later and hold more brake pressure, that car should rotate more for me in this situation. And because of the tuning they've done, the hours and hours and hours that Joe, the engineer, has put into this, the car's reacting as it should. And I've been honestly surprised. I never really thought about not only, how do you tune the setup of the race car in the sim, but how do you tune the simulator itself? It's something that, sounds so obvious once you hear it, but until you hear it, you don't really think about it. And that's been a big unlock for me in the experience. Because of the rumbles I'm feeling from the haptic system they use here, I'm able to feel almost like the same feeling I get when the rear tire, as I go off the road there, but as the rear tire, when it starts to, under lots of load, slip, and the sidewall of the tire starts to kind of form underneath the car, I can actually feel that in my butt. I can feel what I would feel there, the chatter of the rear tires. And I'm fighting the car exactly where I'd normally fight the car. I'm missing wide of apexes exactly where I'd normally miss a wide of apexes. But notice how I'm not crashing, I'm not flying off the road. I'm able to do consistent laps, even on this entry-level sim, where normally you can't. And that's that level of attention to detail and feedback that's given me the information that I normally don't get from a simulator, the information where it's almost always just visual. Now those just extra subtle reminders and feelings that I'm getting elsewhere are really, really helping me.